Hello my hungry friends! Today we're making a delicious raspberry crumble cake. Ciasto z malinami i z kruszonką. Welcome back friends! My name is Anna and this is Polish Kitchen. Here I teach you how to make delicious Polish food. Today we're making a dessert. A simple Polish cake with raspberries. Fresh raspberries are in season, and crumble. I'm not a huge baker. I have a few things that I know how to make. Polish apple cake, poppy seed roll comes out really good for me, and some yeast cakes. But this is for people who don't know how to bake much because they'll always come out. So I have 2 sticks of butter, so that's about 225 grams, and it's butter that's soft from just sitting on the counter. So I'm gonna whip the butter a little bit with my whisk. 2 minutes of whisking on high, and our butter is nice and fluffy. And to it now I'm gonna add half a cup of you can just do a regular sugar. I buy this brown sugar here in Poland that is a little less processed than the white one, but you can just go with regular sugar, and another 2 minutes of whisking on high. I'm gonna scrape the sides a little bit because my sugar splattered everywhere, and we want it all in there. And we go. Another 2 minutes, and our sugar is even fluffier. I'm now gonna add eggs one by one and keep beating for another couple minutes. Maybe not on such high voltage anymore. And this is egg number 2. Little scrapey in between. And egg number 3. And little scrapey. And egg number 4. That was another minute or so. And now our eggs and our butter and sugar are combined. I'm gonna switch out my blades. Not blades. What do you call these? Paddles. Into my paddle, because I like how this mixes better with the flour. So I have a cup and a half of all-purpose flour and half a cup of either potato flour or cornstarch, and a pinch of salt in here. So I'm gonna just put that in here together, and I'm gonna need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So just kind of work that in there. Just mix it in a little bit. And then we're gonna start adding this to our our batter, our mixture. I'm gonna go a little bit slower now. Just stirring. This is a super simple summer cake, and you can use any summer fruit that you like. This cake is super simple. it always comes out. I'm using, as I mentioned, raspberries because they're in season. I saw some at the market today, so I thought perfect. So mixing the flour won't take long. It's already incorporated, and we don't really have to fuss about it. I'm using about 9 by 13 baking dish. You can go 9 by 9, then your cake will be a little bit thicker. I like this one pretty thin. If you go to my recipe at PolishYourKitchen.com and you look at this recipe, the one there I made in 9 by 9, and that's about this thick. I'm posting a link under this video for this recipe, so you can go ahead and head over and check it out. So my pan I'm going to line with parchment, and I cut it to just cover the bottom, and I normally put a little bit of butter on the bottom just to hold my paper. And then also, I have a fan going in here today because it's hot. It's blowing everywhere. Also, I take a little bit of soft butter, and I'm gonna cover the pieces or the parts of my pan that's the paper is not covering. But if you prefer, you can line the sides too. I just like how the cake comes out if the paper is just covering the bottom and the sides here. Just like that. And then I'll go like this. And that's good enough. And we're gonna transfer our batter. Scrape this one real quick. And this is not a super sweet cake, as if you've made any Polish cakes before, you'll know that we probably cut our sugar in half compared to what American palate, I guess, goes for. So if you make this and you feel it's not sweet enough, then deal with it. You thought I was going to say add more sugar?
No.
Okay. So into our pan it goes. Scrape the sides real well. And you can preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. So when we're done with our crumble, you can just pop it in the oven. And I'm just gonna gently distribute the cake onto the bottom. And it looks like it's pretty thin, but it will grow a little bit as it bakes. And this way we get even amounts of raspberries as we do cake. That's why I like it this way. Let's scrape the rest of it a little bit. There we go. And again, you can use frozen fruit with this recipe also. You don't even have to defrost it. Just take whatever, blueberries, raspberries, and then I'm just gonna place this on top. Does this look delicious?
It looks lovely.
If you haven't, if this is your first video with us, you hear a voice of my handsome husband behind the camera. He devotes his time to me now that he's retired. He's a young retiree from the American service, U.S. Army, for 23 years. He is having fun, quote unquote, in my kitchen with me. Now, so this is pretty covered, I like how it covers almost the whole space. It's gonna be nice and fruity. Okay, I'm gonna make a little bit of room here now. And we're gonna make our crumble. So in here I have half a cup of all-purpose flour and a third of a cup of powdered sugar, and we're gonna need some cold butter from the cold butter department.
Cold butter department coming up. There you go.
And in here I have one stick of butter that I just cut up into cubes, just to make it easier to work with. But we want the butter cold, so keep it in the fridge until you're ready. And now we're just working with our fingers to break up the butter and combine with sugar and flour. Just regular crumble, nothing fancy. We know the Polish kitchen is not super fancy, just simple ingredients kind of thrown together. Raspberries are going crazy right now. We go to this garden area. I'm sure you've heard of these city gardens. A lot of people own little lots of land, little plots. What are they, about 300 square meters? What is that? 30 square feet? No.
About 3,000 square feet.
3,000.
2,000
Yeah,
square feet.
yeah, small
tiny
gardens.
Plots of land that you can grow vegetables and fruits
And if you go walk the aisles, they're normally in a larger area.
with the lanes.
Yep, and normally the ground or the land belongs to the city, and you can buy your little lot that you put your little home on, or you can just do like a shed with tools if you're into gardening. But if you walk the aisles of them, you see raspberries just heavy on the branches. And it's not stealing if it grows over the fence.
That's right. That's like if you have 5 nachos all stuck together, it counts as one nacho. That's it. Same thing.
So just work with your hands, and this is my workout for the day. But this is starting to clump a little bit better as the butter kind of dissolves. By the warmth of your hands, it'll kind of start clumping a little bit. I'll get the flour in there. This would be a nice topping of buttery crumble on top. I normally make this cake with raspberries because I like how they soften when baking. Okay, this is pretty wet enough now for me. I can still feel a little bit of bits of butter in there, but it's kind of becoming wet now. So I'm gonna call it a day. And then you're just gonna take your crumble and crumble it into smaller pieces over the top, as evenly as you can. And our oven should be hot by now. And if you're making the thicker crust, meaning if your pan is smaller, you will bake this a little bit closer to an hour. And if you're doing a thinner version like mine, it'll probably be a little bit closer to 45 minutes. And this looks good already. Okay, so I'm gonna hand this over to my baking department, and we'll see you back in 45. My cake has been in the oven for 45 minutes, and it's been cooling for a while. My hands aren't made of steel. I'm just gonna slide it out. Yeah, let's give it a taste. I'm gonna go for a big piece. Hopefully it's done. And I shall hold so we can see. And it looks gorgeous. As does everything I do. Doesn't it look delicious?
It looks beautiful. I'll add some.
Okay, here you go. That's a big piece. Mmm. I like how crumbly the crumble is. And again, the cake isn't super sweet.
Americans, this is not a sweet cake, but it's delicious.
You could either even put a little bit of butter on it if you want, or some jelly. It'll be perfect summer cake. I hope you try it soon. It's super simple. Please let me know how it turns out for you. Please like my video underneath. Subscribe to my channel. Come again. Watch us some more. We'll see you next time. Smacznego.